the last day of 2020. Hey guys, Omar here, and happy New Year's Eve. It's 10:30, New Year's Eve. We should be partying. I'm stuck at home. I need to stay awake for New Year's Day, so I said, let me unbox this with you guys. The nice people at Fujifilm North America sent me an Xpro3. You know, it's funny, you guys know I love my X-T20, X-T2, X-T3 line. But the camera that I've loved most but never purchased was a Graphite Edition Xpro2. Like, that camera to me was so gorgeous and so beautiful. I don't think I would have shot it though. I would have just left it up on a shelf and stared at it. Now, I haven't seen the Xpro3 since the New York show, the camera show. So I thought I would look at it and we would talk about it together. And just wanted to say Happy New Year to you guys. You've been so awesome. Thank you for leaving great comments and for hanging out all the time. The Xpro3 I thought was really cool. Those of you that don't know, the Xpro line is a rangefinder style camera. Thank you, Fujifilm North America, for sending this over. Also give us a little memory card. And there is a camera pouch or bag. That's interesting. Oh, you get a charger with the Fujifilm Xpro3. You get a camera strap. That's really nice. And you get a USB-C so you can charge, and that's really nice. Okay, cool. Let's just look at the camera, shall we? That's why we're here, people. Now, this one is not brandy new. This is like a sort of review unit. I'm okay with that. That's all right. I don't need a new one. All right. Oh, man. Any Xpro users out there? Let's hear you in the comments, huh? You guys are super quiet. Everyone's all about X-T4, X-T3. But every now and then, someone will leave a little comment. I love my Xpro2, Xpro3. Oh, man. These cameras are so nice. Look at how pretty this is. That is the beautiful. Let me move this out of the way. Man, these cameras are pretty. You know what I love about the X Pro line and also the X100 line? They don't have the little hump. You know, the this little X-T20, X-T2, X-T3 hump. You know, it has the rangefinder style, which is great. So this camera has an optical viewfinder. That means you can actually see an image, or you can see you right now, guys, without turning it on. But the great thing is that EVF on this guy is incredible. It's like 3.9 gazillion dots. So the EVF on this camera is beautiful. And then you can flick a little switch, and then you can have what's called an optical viewfinder. That means what you see, it's just like a little glass, what you had in your DSLR or your old film cameras. Now, when I've used the X-Pro line, I've never really felt comfortable using the optical. I always just use the EVF or the back of the screen. But what's interesting with this guy is the back of the screen is just an informational little window that's here. So the crazy thing that everyone's talking about, I guess, is the Xpro3 has a flip down screen, which I don't think would bother me that bad, because when I shoot street photography with the X-T20, I actually shoot with the screen exactly how this one goes. Like, let me show you with my overhead, just like that. So I can see myself using the EVF, but I actually probably would shoot this camera with the screen straight like this. Let's put a battery in this guy. Now, so we're putting the battery in. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves New Year's Eve, and that we have a good 2021, that we have a healthy 2021. Those of you that can get vaccines will get vaccines, and hopefully we can start traveling and seeing each other again, do some photo walks and such. Okay, here we go. So the little back screen is, you know, some people think it's kind of cool. Some people think it's totally weird. Let's see. Oh, we should probably put a lens on here. Oh, this is the other thing that Fujifilm North America sent me, guys. I asked for, hey, do you have the 50mm f2 lens? And man, this thing is so old. Look at this box. It's been sent to so many different people to review, but I only used this lens once when I was at the 50mm 1.0 event. And I was kind of like, this lens is good, and I never tried it before. So they sent it to me. And my idea is for street photography, let's go 50, let's go. My idea is that a 50mm f2 on this camera would be perfect because it's an equivalent of like a 77 or something, near 85mm. And oh my God, look how small this guy is. 50mm, 35mm f2. This lens gets no respect. Everyone's, 56mm 1.2. Oh, it's the best lens ever. You know what's good too? Cheap, good lenses. All right. Hey, that fits pretty nice. Wow, that's a humongous lens hood. Look at that. I mean, come on, that looks better without the lens hood right there. That's a pretty hunkin' big lens hood. Makes it less attractive. You gotta look good, people, when you wear your camera around your neck. Date is 12/31/11 o'clock. What time is it? 10:55 p.m. All right, so as you can see on the back screen, it has a little overlay on the film simulation you're using. You can also change the screen to show you like your settings and stuff like that. All right, so taking a quick look at the camera, it's super beautiful. This is the black one, and they had ones, like a couple of other ones that had a coating of some kind, but I was at the camera show and they were so fingerprint filled. So if you do get one of these, I would say this black one is probably the classic to go get. This 50mm, let's see what the 35 looks like on there. I think that probably would fit a little better. Let's see. Yeah, the 35 looks a lot nicer. That might be a good combo to walk around with. But the idea of this screen was kind of a way to force you to photograph without chimping or looking at the back of the camera. You know, check your picture, check your picture. So this way you can kind of shoot and check them later. I really like what they did here. This actually feels great in the hand, this little groove right here. The Q button, it doesn't seem like you'll bump it if it's here. That's really nice. It's just a beautiful, clean, super design. And I could see why there's Xpro users here. We got one flappy door on the side, which has a USB-C and a little microphone. It looks like it's a 2.5, so you might need an adapter there. That's weird. On this side, we have dual card slots. I love it. I think it's beautiful. One thing I would love to see from Fujifilm is, we always talk about value on this channel. This camera has the same sensor as an X-T30. And it would be great if some of their beautiful, high-end, super metal, amazing, gorgeous, hard-to-get cameras had their own little larger sensors or more megapixels, or were just a little bit different than the entry level. It's neat that the sensors are great, but you have to question if there's value in this. I mean, you really have to be into the style of this camera, I think, because you can get the same image results from an X-T3, which would cost you less, and an X-T30, which will cost you even less. But the weight of this camera feels super premium. The full metal titanium, this time it is titanium, construction is beautiful. It's just like a work of art. And anyway, I think it's going to be great. I hope the 2021 brings you health, good times, a little bit better of a year than 2020. And thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. I'll see you next time. Happy New Year!